Good morning, Preds fans, hockey fans. It is time for another episode of Sauced. I'm David.
And I'm Charlie.
And we're here to just break down everything hot going on around the world in the NHL and hockey in general. Today, on today's show, what do we got, Charlie?
We're gonna review the Nashville Predators versus Washington Capitals game that happened last night. That was quite an interesting one.
Yeah, another dominant performance that results in a loss. I mean, it's just the story we're saying over and over, it feels like, the last few weeks. Mm-hmm. What else?
We're going to look at a preview of all of the best goalies in the league right now. I mean, this is a really goalie-packed year. Like, all of the goalies are playing amazing.
Yeah, there's been some incredible performances. That'll be fun to break down and kind of take a look. Maybe go ahead and take our guesses on who takes home the Vezina this year. We're halfway through the season. Seems like a good time to start breaking it down. Then, of course, we'll have our card reveals. Mm-hmm. And maybe stick around after the YouTube stream. We'll stay on Twitch and go over recap of last night's game and scores around the league, see if there's any highlights we want to watch. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, last night's game. We start out right off the bat, first period. We're putting pressure on. And to be honest, I don't think we really had any bad periods throughout last night's game. No. It was a pretty full effort. I even saw Coach Andrew Burnett after the game said, you guys are going to think I'm crazy, but I think we're still playing better than we were. And, it's hard. I think a lot of fans just see the score. Maybe some Preds fans that have fallen off, or if you're a fan of other teams around the league, you're not watching every Nashville Predators game, you might just see the score and go, oh, yeah, Preds lose again. They still can't find their mojo. I guess they just are terrible. But if you really have been watching the Preds, we are definitely playing better. Would you agree?
Yes, definitely. I mean, ever since, Barry Trotz said that he was going to start rebuilding the team if we don't get our act together by, Christmas. And we did get our act together, and we went on this crazy point streak.
I don't know about crazy point streak, but definitely a point streak.
Crazy for this season.
Yeah, crazy for this season. Good point. So we go, and then it seems like every time we start to get a little momentum, we have a big loss, maybe a couple big losses. And then we start to find it again, and then a loss. So we're kind of more in like an up and down now, whereas the beginning of the season just felt like tanking. It was just down. We rarely ever won, and now we're winning some games, but unfortunately a lot of the losses, we have more shots on net, dominant time in the offensive zone. It feels like last night we were controlling the puck the whole time, and then we have games like last weekend we lost a couple back-to-backs on power play goals. Last night, it wasn't so much the power play. The Capitals were just opportunistic. They scored on the few chances that they had. I remember at one point, we were going into the third, tied 1-1, but shots on net, they only had 8 shots on net. It was crazy. So, we have to be able to just score more goals in games like that. I'm not sure exactly what we have to do better, so that's why I don't know if it's coach that needs to go or if they just need more time, and keep developing. But we're still hitting posts. They put up some stats last night on all the shots we're ringing off the posts and crossbars, and I don't know exactly what the answer is. What do you think? What do you think is the number one thing that needs to change? Is it just puck luck? We're just not getting them in the net?
I think I feel like we're kind of sloppy at some of our areas in different games. Like, we just don't do that good of a job, and we just let, for example, we can just, let them just have a 2-on-1 by, being sloppy with the puck.
True.
That's happened multiple times this season.
And it feels like Saros or Anunen are kind of making up for some of those mistakes, making some big saves. But yeah, some of these games probably could be a lot worse on the score if we didn't have such great goaltending. But yeah, I agree. Just refining, cleaning up some things, and get our top guys just scoring more regularly, and which it seems like it's starting to happen. Who got on the score sheet last night?
First, Tom Wilson shot one through the 5 hole and to give the Capitals a 1-0 lead.
And let's give our props to the Capitals. Yes, we outplayed them last night, but they won the game, and they won
by several goals.
Yeah, it was 4-1 final score.
Yeah.
4-1. I mean, one of those is an empty net. Ovechkin gets his 20th goal of the season, which puts him
22 or 21.
22 away from the record, and he tied Gordie Howe last night. Is that what it was? Or is close to Gordie Howe on 20-point seasons. He's got like 22 20-point seasons. That's crazy. And the fact that or not points, goals. And he already has 20 goals this season. We're only halfway through the season. I mean, he's on a 40 goal scoring pace at his age. It's incredible. We've never seen anything like this. You know, Gretzky didn't play at this level at that age. So I mean, Ovechkin's definitely doing something amazing. So, I mean, that was kind of fun to see. And we'll be, like we said last episode, tuning into pretty much every Capitals game now, just trying to see when he breaks the record. But, and Tom Wilson gets the goal last night. He's having a good season.
Good season. I say this might be his best season.
Yeah, he has 20 goals already. I mean, what the Capitals have done with picking up the pieces that they did in the offseason. We were talking this week. I don't think anybody saw the moves that the Capitals made and said, that's going to be the number one team in the Eastern Conference.
Oh, we're going to, Pierre-Luc Dubois and Jacob Chikrin.
Yeah, right? I mean,
just little changes.
No way. You have Ovechkin on his way out, an aging star, a veteran, an incredible talent, but on his way out, right? This is going to be one of his last seasons. Maybe his last, who knows? If he breaks the record, maybe he just says, okay, yeah, I'm done. But if he keeps scoring at the rate he does, he's going to go, I can keep going, put a few more, give me some more distance on whoever's coming for the record next. So, but anyway, you have an aging star with not a very strong support cast. They barely make it in the playoffs last year. Get knocked out easily in round one by the now terrible New York Rangers. And nobody thought adding Jacob Chikrin and Pierre-Luc Dubois. Matt Roy. Like, those don't look like moves that are going to really make a difference. Whereas the Nashville Predators add Steven Stamkos, Jonathan Marchessault, Brady Shea. You think that team is going to the Stanley Cup, or at least making a good run, and here we are with the Preds at the bottom and the Capitals at the top. So it just shows you never really know in hockey, and it doesn't matter necessarily what a team has done before, what a player has done before. It matters when the right pieces that are coached the right way, which, by the way, I'd say their head coach is probably up for the Jack Adams trophy. Speaking of trophy tracking, and the Capitals are doing incredible. So,
one huge move that's affecting the Capitals a lot is when they got Logan Thompson on their team.
True. They took him from the Vegas Golden Knights.
Well, we'll probably talk a little bit about him more in a few minutes, but...
No, we can go ahead and start.
Yeah, I mean...
He made some big saves last night.
One time I noticed him is when we had... I don't know if you remember this. His 2-on-1 chance with, the pass.
Stamkos and Marchessault.
One-timer.
A perfect 2-on-1. I mean, beautiful pass, perfect shot. Thompson comes over. He snags it with his glove easily. He has 2 regulation losses this year. 2. I don't know how many games he's played.
In the halfway
30?
He's on point for 4 losses. He's on pace for 4 losses this season.
On pace for 4 losses. Which, another Vezina, probably I would consider still the top contender, even though Logan Thompson's given him a run for his money. Connor Hellebuck also got a shutout last night. He has 6 shutouts and only 6 regulation losses. The guy's got as many shutouts as losses. Incredible. Okay, who else?
After the Tom Wilson goal, Philip Forsberg responds with a beautiful wrist shot to the top left corner.
Is that back-to-back games?
Yeah.
Back-to-back games with a beautiful snipe. Classic Forsberg shot.
And that was on the power play, and that tied Forsberg in franchise history with Shea Weber for
That's
most
right.
power play goals.
I forgot about that.
With like 80, I think.
That's incredible. I remember watching so many Shea Weber slap shot power play goals. And Forsberg is now the holder. And I would say by the time his career is over, Forsberg is going to be the holder of probably every offensive Nashville Predators record. It'll be cool to see how long those stand. He's been an incredible talent for the Predators. And who did we steal him from?
The Washington Capitals.
The Washington Capitals. So I mean that was a great game to do it in, and we took him. He was a Capitals prospect. We traded Martin Erat for Forsberg back in which season was that? Someone else too.
That was like 2013-14 or like
2013-14. He'd never played a game for the Capitals. Rolls into Nashville, and right off the bat started having success and has become a superstar in the NHL. Mm-hmm. He's one of the top talents. And like we said last episode, was slowing down in his goal scoring. It was just feeding the puck to Stamkos and Marchessault, but is back 2 games in a row with beautiful shots. But interestingly, we've been seeing him score from the right wing, from the right side, and I feel like we've always remember him playing on the left wing. And you said he's even listed in the lineups on left wing, right?
Yep.
So interesting that he's playing over on the right side a little more. Be curious to see how that continues to develop, and maybe even that contributed to his goal scoring drought for a little bit. Yeah. If he's been having trouble like finding his spot on that side, but we'll see how that plays out.
We might have the goal scoring side of Forsberg back now, but I bet after his career so far, the Washington Capitals are just crossing their arms. Going,
yeah.
Oh my gosh, I can't believe this.
For sure, a Capitals fan has to be sitting back going, "What did we do?
Why did we do this?"
To be fair, Predators fans have plenty of those players as well that we've let go, and they've gone on to have success on other teams. So we could just go through the list, and it would be a whole other podcast episode. But yeah, who else finds the back of the net last night? That was it for the Preds. Just Forsberg, assisted by Josi
and Marchessault.
So
Marchessault keeps his streak going.
Yeah, his streak's incredible. It's good to see Josi back on the score sheet more regularly again. He's so good for us. One of the best captains. I was just reading about Bobby Orr and how Bobby Orr changed the way the defensive position is played. And players like Josi, Makar, Hughes, they're really great showcases of the style of defenseman that Bobby Orr showed you can be. Until Bobby Orr back in the 1970s, or late 60s, 70s, that position was played by big, strong guys that didn't really skate that much, that just did really a good job trying to shut down on defense. Big hits, big blocks, stick checks. And Bobby Orr came in and showed you can skate fast and join the rush and attack as a defenseman and get back and still defend well just by being an amazing skater. And Josi for the Nashville Predators, our guy, has been one of the top defensemen now for better part of a decade.
It showed the other day, out of the 2008 draft class for defensemen, which was a crazy one.
Pretty stacked, yeah.
He was second in points from that draft pack with only Erik Karlsson ahead of him.
That's pretty good company to be in, Erik Karlsson there. So Josi just continues to be an incredible captain for us, incredible defenseman, and we love watching him play.
And Nick Blankenberg's Bobby Orr Jr.
That's true. Blankenberg looks like that. He could be that style of a defenseman as well. He's definitely has the skill. So we'll see if he develops into something like that. It's going to be fun to watch.
But the next guy who got on the score sheet for the Capitals was who the night before was playing in his first NHL game. And as you all may know this season, if there's a special goal to be scored, they will score against the Predators.
Absolutely.
Like, if you go back, pretty much all of the other teams that play us is, first career game.
Their first career NHL goal.
And, you remember, against the Oilers, that's where McDavid got a goal for his 1,000th point.
His 1,000th point of his career. And it's funny because they often will preview it before the game. In tonight's game, we have so-and-so making its NHL debut. or so-and-so is at 999 points. Can he score his 1,000th? And it always happens. We knew for sure Ovechkin was going to get a goal. We were joking. Maybe he was going to go ahead and get all 22 that he needed to break the record because it seems to always happen against the Predators. So,
but for the Capitals, Ethan Frank, who was playing in his second NHL game, scored his first career NHL goal to give the Capitals the lead. That was the game-winning goal.
Game-winning goal.
Ethan Frank.
Good play by him, too. He got the stretch pass and skated up. Got the breakaway. It was nice.
And then, Andrew Mangiapane. I don't
Mangiapane, yeah, something like that.
Who I think is another off-season ad.
Yes, I think you're right.
From the
Flames, yeah.
And he scores. And at that point, we were just like, dang it.
Yeah, that was one of those crushing ones. We're putting the pressure on. We're down 2-1, trying to tie up the game. He puts one home. Now it's 3-1. You've got 2 minutes left to pull the goalie and try to get 2 goals, which we still did and still had some good tries. And I'd say that's a good positive. It doesn't seem like our team is just giving up when we are hitting adversity like this. It seems like they're still all pushing. I don't see any players really showing terrible signs of frustration right now. So I think they know that they're playing well and they just need to keep at it. It just hasn't happened yet, so
I mean, surprisingly,
hopefully starts soon.
I haven't seen Gustav Nyquist mad in a while.
Yeah, true. That's true.
He gets mad a lot.
Even though he hasn't really been scoring, so.
But he misses whenever you miss the chances. You know, he hits a stick on the ground.
Yeah.
Slams the door to the bench or something.
Yeah.
And then none other for the empty netter for the Capitals. And then Alex Ovechkin get the goal.
Ovechkin puts home the last one, 4-1. He is now 22 away.
22 away.
So we'll keep an eye on that. You think he's gonna do it this year?
I think it would be at the very end of the season if it does. So
yeah.
It's very hard end of the season or beginning of next season.
So exciting how it's playing out. I mean, before he broke his leg, it was looking like a sure thing. He was on pace to definitely do it this year. Then he broke his leg. It was like, oh, there's no way. Then somehow he came back only a few weeks later. I don't know how he did that. What was it, 2 months? After breaking his leg, he's back on the ice. Not only back on the ice, scoring again right away. So he is truly just a beast. I saw him hit. Who did he hit last night? Was it Brady Shea?
I don't remember.
He crushed somebody. And they looked over at him and he just kind of had a smile like, yeah, I still got hits too. And he's a beast. He's a big dude. Power forward. Okay, well, let's go ahead and take a look at the top goalies in the league and see where we're at for Vezina Trophy tracking. Well, this isn't pulling up.
I think you have to type in the URL or something.
Think so? Let's see. Hold on here. Technical difficulties. Charlie, go ahead and start breaking down. Who do you think are some of the top candidates right now while I get this pulled up?
We got Connor Hellebuck, obviously, like usual. He's always a top candidate.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, it seems like every single season he's up at the top.
And I mean, Logan Thompson looks beautiful right now.
True.
He's making amazing saves.
So the first two you named, Connor Hellebuck currently sitting number 1 goals against average with 2 goals against in 34 games played. We mentioned Logan Thompson last night only has 2 regulation losses, but has only played 23 games over Hellebuck's 34.
Who else has 2 losses? Then former Capitals goalie Darcy Kemper last season.
For the Kings, also playing incredible, and number 3 in goals against average. That's another one. Darcy Kemper playing incredible.
Anthony
Stolars, yeah, 2.15 goals against, only 17 games played. He got hurt, right?
Yeah.
So that slowed him down a little bit.
But he's like 6. I don't know, 6?
Something like that.
And like when he's on his knees, his head is above the crossbar.
Yeah. And then UC Saros drops down to his knees, and there's a big old gap there. Yeah. So incredible that he can do what he does compared to these guys. I wish it had height on this list. It'd be fun to see the height compared to all these stats.
And we got
Darcy
Jacob Markstrom in the number 4 spot in goals against average of 2.19. He's been amazing ad for the Devils.
Yeah, Devils look good.
The Flames.
I saw Jack Hughes put home another goal last night. Jack Hughes is playing like a top 10 player, like Jack Hughes. Yeah, he started the season a little bit slow, and he's been on fire. Vasilevsky sitting there at number 6, always one of the top. Ottinger playing really well for the Stars. Some of this, it's always hard to tell with Ottinger. Is he actually one of the best goalies in the league, or is he just on a really good team? And sometimes you always have to wonder that, because the Stars
he just makes questionable moves, I think.
Yeah. But the Stars are stacked. They're definitely one of the.
But number 8 is a surprise from Utah. It's Karel Vejmelka.
Yeah, that's an interesting one.
I have on my
with
fantasy
26
hockey
games
team.
played too.
I have him on my fantasy hockey team.
You have Vejmelka?
He's doing good.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, he's playing great. Then we got Olmark Gustafsson, who I just added to my Hut team last night. I didn't tell you. I put the Season 3 XP path Gustafsson on and leveled him up to, I think, 87. Just played one game with him so far. It was good, but he did let in a couple questionable ones as well. I'll see how that continues to go. Joey Decord continuing to have success.
Popped off last season.
Calvin Pickard for Edmonton, only 16 games played there.
Yeah.
That's a backup
He's
role.
He's a backup.
Then we got Blackwood. Lankinen was at the top, kind of fell off a little. He went through a small rough patch, and now we start kind of dropping off in the over 2.5 goals against. But think about that. I mean, in this league, to stay under a 3.0 goals against average is not easy to do. And we've got currently 40 goalies right now under a 3.0 goals against average.
Including JC Saros.
Including Saros at 26. With an over 90% save percentage, where some of these other guys are below 90, so that's good for him. And also Anunen is on here somewhere.
Yep,
there
33.
He is. At 2.87, just a slightly lower save percentage. But some of that was when he was playing for Nashville too. He's played really good for us so far.
I was noticing that there were. We said Lewis Lankinen, but there's also former guys like David Riddick on here.
Yeah, Riddick was on there. So let's switch this over. So let's look at our top 5 here. Hellebuck, Stolars, Kemper, Markstrom, Thompson. If we switch this over to save percentage, do any of them fall out? Hellebuck, Stolars, Kemper, Blackwood. That jumps out to me because when you look at a goalie's goals against average, yes, he let in those goals. But I feel like some of that can come down to just how good the team is that's playing in front of you. But when his save percentage is really high, that shows you that he's making tons of saves, even if his goals against average is a little bit higher than some of the other candidates. He still could be one of the best goalies. Maybe he just wasn't playing on the best team, and so I think that's always
Blackwood
neat to see.
used to play on the Sharks. So.
Exactly. He was on one of the worst teams in the league, but his save percentage is right there.
Markstrom was the other one in top 5, right? He dropped down to 13 on this
Way
list.
Down there. And so that makes you go, okay, so is Markstrom that good, or is he playing on a really good team? Where's Ottinger?
14.
Right there, 14. Okay, and these are still respectable save percentages, no doubt. I'm sure they're still very good goalies, but are they elite like these guys, or are they, does that make them fall off? And of course, you have ups and downs. I like to see this though. Marc-Andre Fleury, he was given. Who were they playing last night? Minnesota was playing the Sharks, I think, and they were having such a hard time scoring on him. Still, at his age, he's still
The
playing
flower.
incredible goalie.
I think it's funny how you look right here and it shows goals, and then Philip Gustafsson has a goalie goal.
Yeah, goalie goal. Anyone else on the top list here?
3 points. I mean, I think this is just for
I think that's the only one. Yeah, this is just this season.
Who was that? Dustin Wolf had 3 assists.
Dustin Wolf has 3 assists. Gustafsson has a goal and an assist. And 2 penalty minutes. Dustin Wolf is just racking up the stats.
Is 4 penalty minutes.
Yeah, Vasilevsky is 4. Here we go. Assist right here for Olmark, who's having a good season. His save percentage is respectable there. Definitely a top 10 now save percentage. Let's see. We go over to who's got the most wins. That's got to be Hellebuck, right?
Yeah,
Hellebuck, Markstrom, Ottinger. That brings Bobrovsky.
Because he's on a good team.
Stanley Cup defenders. Games played. So who's the workhorse right now? Hellebuck. Look at that.
Saros.
Juice. Saros with 33.
We play him a lot.
And, Onunen's coming. So Onunen's on the team now, hopefully.
We got Sam Montembeau.
He's playing a lot of games. Looking good. And so is their backup, Dobesh. Yeah, he's looking really good too. Markstrom, Vasilevsky, Swayman, Bennington. There's Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen. 31 games played. We go over to shutouts. We got Hellebuck,
and then
Saros.
Tied with Lankinen.
With Lankinen. Two Preds goalies right there. Markstrom, Bennington, Olmark. We got a few with 3.
And then Montembeau again.
Montembeau with 3 and Gustafsson. Yeah, but it's great to see Saros up there. Still one of the best. Despite I think he would be way higher on this list if the Preds weren't so terrible this year. So hopefully we get our act together next year.
Saros and Lankinen have 6 overtime losses too.
Oh yeah, that says something too, because an overtime loss is, to me, it's not. Those are 3-on-3 games. Goalies are put in really bad positions in those. There's tons of 2-on-1s, 2-on-0s, breakaways. 3-on-3 is just not the best situation, and those goals go against their stats. Whereas shootout goals don't go against their stats, but overtime do, and I think that's important to see. Okay, so that's 6 overtime losses. That's 6 goals against those 2 goalies that maybe aren't necessarily a fair look at their skill set. But at the same time, to make it through a regular season, you're going to have to win some overtime games. All right. Time for prediction. Who do you think goes home? We'll take this back over to goals against average. Who takes home the Vezina? Hellebuck, you think? Sure thing. Who are the top 3? Who will be in the finalists?
Hellebuck, Thompson, I can't decide. Maybe Stolarz?
That'd be cool. Yeah, if Stolarz can stay healthy, I think he'd be up there. I'm going to pick for my finalists, Hellebuck, Kemper.
That's a good one too. I was considering him a lot.
And Thompson. I think I'm going to go Hellebuck, Kemper, and Thompson. Markstrom, I don't know. Maybe Markstrom. That's tough. Let me go back over to save percentage. Hellebuck. Stolarz definitely is way up there. If he can stay healthy, I think he'd be a finalist. But I'm going to go Hellebuck, Kemper. Yeah, Hellebuck, Kemper, and Thompson. I think Hellebuck takes it. Mm-hmm. How many Vezinas does he have? Do you know?
At least, I don't know, maybe 2?
Connor Hellebuck. Let's see. There we go. Vezina Trophy 2, 2020 and 2024. 2. So that'd be his 3rd Vezina if he can get it. Definitely making a making a run there at being one of the top all-time goaltenders in the National Hockey League.
Yeah, for sure.
Pretty impressive. I like that picture with the Manitoba Moose in 2016. Pretty cool. 6'4", yeah, 6'4", 207.
Yeah, so he's pretty big.
Drafted 130th overall in 2012 by the Winnipeg Jets. So his entire career with the Jets. Pretty neat. Okay. Well, are we ready to reveal our cards for the day?
Yep.
You want to go first?
I'll go first. This is from a separate game last night, who I think did amazing.
Oh, okay. What game were you keeping an eye on? Wait, you tell me the game. I want to see if I can guess the card.
Oh, you will guess the card.
Okay. What game?
I don't remember. Wait, the other team. I'm just gonna.
What team? Bruins. Oh, it's got to be Pasta.
It's Pasta with 2 goals and 1 assist.
Let's go. Hold it just a little higher. Yeah, right there. Ooh, it's the Allure David Pastrnak card. Oh, let me get the full screen here on. Nice card. It's funny, I've got Pasta on my fantasy team, and I was debating because I also have Marchenko and Kucherov, so 3 right wings. I wasn't exactly sure who I was going to start.
You got to play Kucherov.
Kucherov you have to play, and Pasta I feel like you usually have to play, but lately the Bruins, they've been shut out a few times. Pasta's had empty
The Preds shut them out
days, and Marchenko's been on fire, but I decided to go with Pasta anyway, and he had 2 goals and an assist.
Yep.
Incredible. All right, you want to go next, Sully?
Yeah.
All right, show him.
David Pastrnak, aimbot.
Oh!
Aimbots, David Pastrnak. Hold it nice and still there.
Theme.
Beautiful card. Oh, that's a good one. Nice job.
Next up, we got
All right,
Augie.
who turned 9 years old yesterday. The birthday boy is in the house. Augie, who did you pick?
I put it down the card somewhere and couldn't find it again, but the cards were just base, Pecorine, and Shea Weber because they're going into the Golden Hall.
Beautiful. You want to come over here and say it? Here, come over here. See, yeah. We got Pecorine and Shea Weber for his pick, so a dual pick. They're going into the Golden Hall, the Nashville Predators Hall of Fame, alongside David Poile as the general manager, and I think it's a great pick.
You've bumped into before.
I bumped into at a Preds game. And just, was looked up and went, oh, hey. And he was like, oh, hello, and, that was it. But, obviously, incredible job as our only general manager until 2 years ago. And then Shea Weber and Pecorine, incredible careers for the Predators. 2 legends of the game. And hold on, I'm going to show mine in a second, yeah.
Okay.
And they'll be going in the Hall of Fame, but also they were talking last night. There was a little feature about the 365 fund that the Pekka and Shea Weber had together, which was just an amazing nonprofit organization they put together.
Jersey right here.
Pekka's jersey on the wall, and it's cool to see them go in together. All right, my pick, I went with, since we're on the way to breaking the Wayne Gretzky record. This is a WHA All-Star Wayne Gretzky card.
Oh, I didn't know you. I didn't know you.
You haven't seen this one
You
yet?
have that card.
WHA. So
my.
before his NHL career, now on the back it says Hall of Fame career. Let me take my chair there back, buddy. Career 20 NHL seasons, 1,487 games played. 894 goals, 1,963 assists for a total of 2,857 points. Ovechkin is about to break the goal record.
But he's not even close on the assist.
Will anyone ever get close to the assists or even more the points? 2,857. I don't know. Thanks for sharing your cards, boys. All right. Well, that is it for the YouTube stream today. We will end it here and switch over to just Twitch. So if you want to, you'll have to refresh the stream on Twitch. It's twitch.tv/saucedhockeypodcast. and we're going to go ahead and watch the recap of last night's game. Take a look at scores around the league, see if there's any other any other goals we want to watch. Anything else, Charlie?
No?
Tell them, what do they need to do?
You need to do all of the things.
All of the things. What are they?
Like, subscribe / follow. You need to comment, share this with your friends.
Yeah, we're just getting started, and every time you like the video, subscribe, follow along, all those things help us so that more people can find the videos and see them, because obviously we're working against the algorithms. We have to get in behind and get some help from YouTube and Twitch and everyone to show it to more people. So do all the things so more people can find us, and thanks for tuning in. Our next episode will be Wednesday morning, same time, about 10:30, after Tuesday night Preds game. So we'll see you guys on Wednesday morning.